This US senator traveled to El Salvador with one goal: to meet the man wrongly deported and imprisoned by Donald Trump. Senator Chris Van Hollen posted an image of himself with Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a man now at the center of not just a debate about immigration, but a constitutional crisis.
He was illegally abducted from the United States and charged with no crime.
Garcia had been living in Maryland, a Salvadoran father who admits entering the US illegally more than a decade ago. But a judge in 2019 ruled that he could not be deported back to El Salvador because his life might be in danger there. And yet he was deported, along with many others, in March and sent to the notorious Seacop prison. The Trump administration has admitted this was an administrative error. The Supreme Court ruled that the White House must facilitate his release, but the US government said that was up to El Salvador, and their president, seated alongside Donald Trump earlier this week, refused to do that.
How can I return him to the United States? Like, I smuggle him into the United States, or what do I do? Of course, I'm not going to do it. So I don't have the power to return him to the United States.
And so Senator Van Hollen traveled to El Salvador to try to find out what was happening to Mr. Garcia.
And these soldiers were ordered to prevent us from going any farther from this.
Initially being refused entry into the prison, before finally sitting down with him yesterday. For the senator, this is a test of whether the courts can stand their ground.
We need to make sure that the court system works and due process works, because if you take it away for any individual, it's a very short road to taking it away for every American.
And yet the Salvadoran president, who posted these images, said that now Garcia's been confirmed healthy, he gets the honor of staying in El Salvador's custody. President Bukele and the Trump administration are still claiming that he is a member of the MS-13 gang, something Mr. Garcia's lawyers deny. And a US appeals court judge issued a stinging rebuke of the White House yesterday, stating that the government is asserting a right to stash away residents of this country in foreign prisons without the semblance of due process that is the foundation of our constitutional order.
This man is a very violent person, and they want this man to be brought back into our country where he can be free.
But the president doubled down today, alleging Mr. Garcia is a criminal and setting up the question: what happens if the Trump administration constantly ignores the courts?
We are in an ongoing constitutional crisis that is going to be ongoing for as long as Donald Trump is in office. And the Trump administration does not want Kilmar Garcia back here giving interviews. He has become a person who is borne witness to what I believe are fundamental crimes against democracy, due process, civil liberties, and human rights.
I was elected to get rid of those criminals, to get them out of our country. And I don't see how judges can take that authority away from a president.
And so while this is the story of one man still wrongly trapped in El Salvador, it is also a larger battle over the future of the republic under the second term of Donald Trump.